What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol PENN for Penn National Gaming. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, because we have not yet covered this stock together on the channel, let's start by giving ourselves a bit of a daily roadmap, okay? So just pointing out obvious areas of support and resistance, then we'll talk more nuance as we drill down into the 30-minute intraday time frame. Obviously, these targets overhead are not necessarily going to be in play, especially with the type of candle that we've seen print on today's session. So let's scrunch up the chart and see what else we have to our left. Looks like we're going to have to load a little bit more data here. Let's go with 5 years and just see kind of what we have in store underneath us as the next major areas. This is catching my attention. Prior breakout point from in here, you can see that move there. Kind of acted as a bit of support, not cleanly though. It was really all about the bottom end of the range here, much closer to 50, the nice round number. So that's what I'm seeing to the downside as obvious structure. After that, what you'll notice, there's quite a ways to fall. Let me zoom in on this section of the chart so we can see that. And what we're talking about is this distance in here. Notice how emotional the move was on the way up. Big, big emotional candle higher, gap and go the next day. Overall, there's not a whole lot of candle structure in here, so I would be extremely careful inside of Penn if we start dipping our toe underneath 51.33, just based on the structure that we have underneath us from that historical data in there. So let's take a look through the lens of the 30-minute actually and essentially assess, was the move strong? Was it really, truly a nasty day out there? And I mean, obviously the answer is going to be yes, but let's see how much of a nasty day it actually was. And we can always do that if the Thinkorswim platform would cooperate and give me a click. Thank you very much. There we go with our Fibonacci's. Wow, look at that thing. So let me know in the comments if that ever happens to you. Regardless, the 38.2 is always the number we pay attention to in terms of retracement. And what happened in the end of day dead cat bounce? Never even came close. As a matter of fact, here's a fun little exercise. Let's take it the fibs one more time and actually look at this range. Did it even get halfway there? Okay, I'll concede a little bit. It got about halfway there to the 38.2, but overall, just a very weak move in my estimation, closing back down towards the lows. The little bounce that happened here did not hold whatsoever. In the post market, we're currently trading around 58.95, 59, so just generally in this area back up towards these highs. But again, this is post market. We don't place too much emphasis into it. It's just something to know about, okay? So as of right now, stock is completely bearish. We will be looking for downside continuation as long as volume wants to support the move lower. What that would look like, again, I'm not going to make the argument that it has to be on par with 4 million shares per 30-minute bar now that earnings is kind of settling out here, but I would say as long as it's above what is typically average, so let's scrunch back in the chart, it would kind of have to be at least 1 million shares or greater per 30-minute bar for me to really get excited about more downside here inside of Penn. So those are really the numbers to watch out for, specifically the volume numbers as well, the requirements down here, if we are to see downside continuation. On the upside, it's all about this, that 64.38. We know that's coming from right in here. The prior lows, which obviously led to a bit of a bounce before ultimately breaking down, offering zero support during today's session. I would imagine it might act as a resistance on the way back higher, noting that these people might be trying to get out for scratch, therefore turning into overhead supply at that number, 64.38. That's really going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.